we did a joke competition. The prompt was either home, how a funny way to say home, or a funny way you feel about home. Basically, freestyling on home and the concept of it. So let us see what we came up with as a community. I'm gonna pick some of my favorites, then I will let chat vote who we think should be the ultimate winner. Some people might get DQ'd, but we'll see. So right up top, I'm not homeless, I'm home full. I've got plenty of places I can stay. Hey, I really like this joke. The one thing that maybe it's like a homeless. In my mind, it's brother in arms would be less and more. I'm not homeless. I'm home more. I've got plenty of places I can stay. Exes, mothers, this, that, and then we could go into maybe the places we could stay. Because right now you say, I've got plenty of places I can stay, and I don't have information to be able to weigh in. And they're like, oh, yes, you do. I just have to take you. So I absolutely love the very simple wordplay of like, I'm not homeless, I'm home plentiful, whatever word you want to use. But I think we can know more in the follow through if we really want to get more juice out of the squeeze. Yeah. Okay. So, all together, given that, maybe like a 7 out of 10 potential. For potential, I think it could have a 10 out of 10, especially if we did those additional jokes of where those other places that we could stay are. I'm not homeless. I'm home more. I don't have a job. I never leave the house. I don't have any friends. I live in my parents' basement. Oh, yeah. I like that as a punch up to using that same idea, but going into the specifics later and really digging into it. Yes. Okay. I think I fudged up the delivery of this, so let me give it a little bit cleaner. My friends in the suburbs are getting sleep divorces when a couple sleeps in separate rooms. We tried this in our studio apartment, and now my husband is sleeping with a neighbor. Our whole walls are so thin, he's still keeping me up at night. Oh, okay. It is it's a little wordy, I think, in the top end, but I do like that it's a double punch. It's like a hey this and then and it feels kind of hokey as in regards to like, he's cheating on me. I don't really believe it, but like, I'll give it to you for comedy. But then we're like, he's still keeping me up at night, which I feel like might be something that is truthful, whether it is or not. And we've rationalized it with the walls being so thin. Oh yeah, I'll give this an 8 out of 10, 100%. I like it. I like the double punch. It's kind of early on, so I don't want to give a 9 or a 10 out of 10 yet. Well, I could see this being higher once we get if it was later on. For me, home is warming myself with the trash can fire at night. Fingerless, gloves spread wide. For me, home is less. So it's like a pun on homeless. The one thing I think, like you'd have to be like home is less. Like you'd have to slant say it so that home is less. It sounds like homeless, and it might be too hard to really incept the homeless. Also, like the audience might feel like we're punching down at the unhoused. As far as like a silliness, I don't mind it, but I feel like there's danger to it. It requires a specific execution, and if we do hit that execution, the understandability might be down. So like, I might give it a 6 out of 10, because I do like it using homeless in another potential way. Also, like, also you say for me, so depending on the set, this is distancing you from the audience. We're becoming an unreliable narrator because I don't actually believe that this is your reality, which is fine, but we couldn't do like 18 of these jokes in a row. They're all sort of removing honesty dollars from the bank. So because also that, I'm willing to put it maybe lower. My friends say my house looks like a trap house. What does that even mean? That I'm trapped in the struggle? That I trap men inside so they don't leave me? Wait, where's I mean, like, look, we don't have to have a third, but we could have some sort of like I trap men inside so they don't leave me. I do, but doesn't mean you need to call it a trap house. Like I was just waiting for something at the end. I like that I'm trapped in the struggle. We're both paying off the silly and saying something that might feel more real. That I trap men inside so they don't leave me. So I like that the silly things also seem to dig into new honesty truths. But I was like, where's that third one? Where's that third one, or the some sort of recontextualization so that that I trap men inside? It ends in double questions. Questions imply syntaxically that they need a response, so it won't necessarily feel landed that I trap men inside so they don't leave me. Like, we can maybe make it feel less like a question, but intrinsically, as stated by the writer, it is a question. So I like the payoffs. I like that it's both silly and real. But double question, literally, like, what does it mean? Question. It's 3 questions in a row at the end. I'll give it like a 7.5 out of 10. If it wasn't questions, I think it would immediately go up. And if it just had some sort of capstone in the end, I think it could be really potentially strong. But in the current, I'm trapped in my own psych ward. Rule of threes. Yeah. Some sort of like, yeah. That one can go so much longer though. You wanted a short answer. I guess I can end it with they right. Oh. Yeah. I guess I can end it with they are right. Oh. I'm trapped in the struggle. I trap men inside so they don't leave me. Yeah, it is a trap house. Yep, trap house. Call me Miss Trap House. Yeah. I think if we answered it in the end, it'd be a way that we could tie a bow around the whole thing. 100%. Yep. Boop. And it's funny, I did want shorter things, but just a look into the future. so, some people did not do short ones, which is kind of cheating in a good way, in that you will stand out in the competition. But oh boy, did I have to make a special slide for this submission. Okay. Boop. Oh, here we are. Okay, here we go. Growing up, did you ever question your parents? Okay. Growing up, did you ever question your parents? I'm trying to. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to like read this in a way that I'm still to camera, but I gotta go. This is too long, so unfortunately, I'm gonna seem like I'm. Growing up, did you ever question your parents' love? Like, you know they love you, but sometimes you're just like, do they? Now that's what it felt like growing up home for me. The other day I was thinking about this, and I remember the last time I seriously side-eyed my dad's affection for me. See, my dad used to travel for work. Now you'd think that'd be a win for me, right? Kid alone, freedom, unlimited cereal to fuck up my mouth. Wrong. No, I was on my best behavior. Like survival mode, ninja level cleanup. I'm talking toothbrushes on baseboards because my life depended on it. Because my mom, bless her heart, is amazing, beautiful, smart, resourceful. But if we were in a hostage movie situation, okay, the bad guy was like, if you don't cook me a decent meal, I'm going to kill you and your son. Nobody has, I'm grabbing the gun from him and just ending it all right there, put me out of my misery. Nobody has, I'm grabbing the gun from him and just ending it all right there, put me out of my misery. This woman couldn't boil water without setting off the smoke alarm. Oh, okay, so it's like, if you don't cook me a decent meal, I'm going to kill you. Nobody has I'm grabbing the gun from him. As far as in the bingo of the world, nobody has on their card, I'm grabbing the gun from him and just ending it all right there. Put me out of my misery. I see. Hey, cook for me or you're going to die. I'll just grab the gun and end it for you right there, because this woman, she cannot boil water. Oh my God. Seriously, I've seen her turn ramen noodles into egg drop soup. Accidentally, magically. So every time my dad left the house, it was like a scene from a very sad, very low-budget Tubi movie. You know the ones? Sad music playing, rain effect, except the rain was my actual tears. And I was on my knees, clutching his pant leg, screaming, how could you do this to me, Dad? Do you even love me? Oh, are you trying to starve me? I swear, sometimes I think he'd pack extra snacks for himself just to get away from the drama. Probably thought work trips were a vacation from my imminent ramen-induced demise. Thanks, Dad. Real supportive. Really felt the love. Okay. Look. As far as we're getting a bunch of punchy ones and just to stand out in a competition, I love the long one because it allows you to do more tricks and stand up and get away with some things. But, some of our threads seem to like build up, and then we had a payoff that maybe didn't feel like it fully paid off to the other leg. I know it is in your vernacular, so you can say it freely, but I don't know if it's in like a universally easy understood form, because like the nobody has, I'm grabbing the gun from him and just ending it all right there, put me out of my misery. That could just be because of where our grammar was placed. So I really do like it. I like that we got away with more tricks. I like that it's real and personal, but we could make it maybe a little bit more word economical while still playing the bit of this really long one. So I'm going to give it a 7.5 for that. On my night out, William is home in. On my night out, William is home in on his computer, making joke bounties. Shaking my head. This motherfucker should go outside and home in on some fucking. Look. For the purposes of, hey, this is a competition, you are referencing the people involved, and like giving like a hey to me. I like that it stands out in that way. But as far as like a universal thing you could say in any show, it's a little bit too inside baseball. But I like to dig at myself. I'll give it a 7.5. Great. I do like that you reuse home. I'm night out, he's home in. And home in on some, this. He should home in on that. He should night out. We could even go further and go back and use night out in a clever way as well, if we wanted to really use all the things we've established, even in this limited joke. Okay. Home to me is an analogy of where my hoe and me lives. Better I waste this here than an open mic. Home to me is an analogy of where my hoe and me live. I think, look. As far as a joke on paper to be read, absolutely love this joke. Absolutely love it. As far as like, I think 9 out of 10 on paper. But because these jokes are technically for stand-up and we need to filter them, I don't think the audience will be able to quite parse the hoe and me as home together. Anytime we spell or count in a joke, sometimes the audience is like, I hate that you're making me do calculations in my head. Written, 9 out of 10. For performance, maybe like a 7 out of 10. So unfortunately, because the idea of the contest is that, hey, we might be performing them on stage, got to give it a 7 out of 10. But I do want it's a written 9 out of 10, 100%. Absolutely love it. And I'm only saying 9 out of 10 because I want to leave some space for like a truly golden one. But this could be written 10 out of 10. Okay. My roommates have a lot in common with my mom and dad because they're the same people. Hey, hey, why don't you pay rent? Oh, hey, I don't. Hey, home. Okay, great. Short, sweet, has a nice twist, lets me learn something about you. Yeah. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Sure. Yeah. Once again, it understood the assignment. It did something that's like nice and cute, but also cool. It like is very easy to yes and. We maybe could have written some yes ands on there, but I'm not gonna fault you that you didn't psychically read my mind and be like, well, that might have counted as 2-3 jokes. Okay, great, love it. I recently updated my bucket list. I changed own my own home to live indoors. Okay, sure. Here's the thing. I don't necessarily. I think I like this. Like the last one, I think is very clever, very fun twist, very concise. But I do think look. I'm sure even this writer doesn't actually live with their parents. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But it is feasibly believable. I don't necessarily believe that you don't live indoors. So cleverness, silliness, yes, but I do think it takes more honesty dollars out of the bank, so I do have to slightly upweight the ones that don't do that. Because your joke can succeed if it is around these jokes, but these jokes don't need a circumstance. As if I did too many of these in a row, I would fail to be a reliable narrator to the audience. All right, wanted to try some new things in my life, my home, so I took up the banjo. It inspired my roommates to try some new things too. They now want a new roommate. Frowny face. I kind of like the frowny face just to show emotional context. It's sort of like cheating for the competition, but I'll give you an extra 0.5. So the one thing that's in my mind is I want to try some new things in my life, my home. Also, it's like I want to try new things in my life, my home. Why do we? It's like home. I want to try some new things. So in my home, in my free time at home, like I think there's maybe I'm not finding it, but I do think there's a clever way to say that, like, I wanted to try new things specifically in my home. So I took up the banjo. Inspired my roommate to try some new things too. They took up a new lease. Like ideally we keep that parallelism from the I took up, they took up a new lease, a new roommate. So we've lost some of that parallelism. So I think for that, I think it's clever. I like it. I even like the frowny face. But I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, I think. We need to keep the parallelism, especially when it's this short, if we want it to really seem like, ooh, clever. Okay. I've always wanted to work from home, and I finally can. Because I started driving for Uber. I live in my car. I think for smart audiences, it's great. For dumb audiences, they might not. They might be like, working for Uber, it might take them a second. So it's variable on the audience if this is like a hell yeah or like a oh. I think we can lift that one up a little bit. Yes. Okay, yes. Yeah. 100%. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because it is variable on the audience. But yeah. We could have maybe I've always wanted to work from home. My family can because I started driving for Uber. My car has a pool, an Uber pool. Maybe I'll give it a 7.5 because it does seem like it's very easy to add on, and I'm sure the writer could have added on. They just maybe felt like they needed one joke. So for the long one, just wanted to give a good, real performable joke. You could just take the whole movie part and work it even. Look. Oh, that was once again. I don't know. I tried to anonymize this so that I wouldn't be biased on. This is friend of the stream. Let me give them extra points. I absolutely love that there was one really long one. And anytime you're submitting for a festival, anytime you're doing a competition show, sometimes doing something different, even if it is equal in every other regards, gives you a lot of bonus points because the audience will get fatigued with the same norm. So don't get me wrong, I absolutely love that you did a longer one. I think it is a great risk. Unfortunately, I think we may. So one of the dangers with the longer one is shorter ones only have to be clever for a second, and so their average cleverness only needs to maintain for 20 words. But if we're doing 200 words, it's hard, unless we really spent way too much time on this competition, it's hard to stay as clever as long. So the cleverness per word, even though we're doing something else, unfortunately gets penalized. It was like a cost and benefit. Well, don't get me wrong, I actually absolutely love that you did a really long one. All right. Growing up in a biracial home is great because I got to live both cultures. Obviously, one side of my family is comfortable saying the N-word, and the other side of my family is black. Oh, hey, I'm from Alabama. Oh, hey, you could call me, you could call me, my family's name is Hogan. It's something that's topical. I like, it's a classic rug pull, 100%. I'll give it a nice cute 8 out of 10. There might be follow-throughs, but I feel like I need to I maybe need to be clearer in the competition rules in the future that like if you have any additional tags, include the additional tags so that I'm not like holding it against you. I think this is very easy. Look, this is very easy to tag because it's like about family. We can go into the racist side and more stereotypical racist or bigoted things and very easily dog on those things. So I like the worlds that we built, and it is unfortunately believable. Okay, great. Home is where your heart is. So I guess owning a lot of homes. So I guess owning a lot of houses. Still, my dad is homeless. Nice, Ivanka, but you can't poem your way out of a driver's license test. Let's focus on the road. Focus on the road. Are you homeless too? Okay, I think I see what we're doing. We're trying to do. Home is where your heart is. So I guess owning a lot of homes. Still, my dad is homeless. And where I thought you were going is, if home is where your heart is, and then owning a lot of homes means I'm a lich, I have a million hearts, I'll never die, or something that's directly related to heart. Instead, still, my dad is homeless, so that I don't know anything. So is the implication that your dad is heartless? But you said owning a lot of homes. So owning a lot of homes, but still my dad is homeless. It take a lot of specific execution for you to be able to make that idea. My dad may own a lot of houses, and home is where the heart is, but my dad is still homeless, i.e. heartless, even despite his houses. It's very dense. So maybe you have a delivery method that makes it much more clear on first delivery, but like, audiences might be confused until we get to Ivanka, and they're like, oh, they mean Trump. Okay, and they might not retroactively give you the cleverness. And then all of a sudden we're on a road test, and it's about like poems. But this home is where the heart is. So I guess owning a lot of houses, still my dad is homeless. Is this supposed to like rhyme better? Am I also supposed to slant rhyme it, which it means even another way of executing so the audience gets the right thing and they get the rhyme? There might be an execution out here that makes it work, but oh boy, you're asking for like the most elite level performance. Focus on the road. Are you homeless? And then focus on the road. You're trying to call this person heartless as well. With this, I don't think the association landed enough. So once again, I like that we're trying to do a lot of things, but I don't necessarily know that we achieve them. So I think I'm gonna like 6 out of 10 it. If you can give me a delivery that works harder, hey, this might be a 10 out of 10. Maybe I'm butchering it, but oh boy, if I gave this to my students, I think 99 out of 100 of them would probably butcher it, and it wouldn't come across. Okay. My parents got a home security system, but when I go home, it still brings up all my insecurities. It's cute. It's cute. Maybe my parents got a home security system. My parents have a home security system. I don't think we need the but. My parents got a home security system. When I go home, it all brings up my insecurities. I think we can, instead of it still brings up, I think there's a little bit of word inefficiencies in here with regards to, we are only 20 words, but I maybe found a way to optimize by 3 words, which is 15%. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Great, love it, punchy, nice, but there's, in my opinion, some inefficiencies already. Okay. I live at home with my parents. It's weird. I call my friends who I don't live with my homies. But the people that are actually at home, I just refer to them as people who pay rent for me. Oh, okay. Hell yeah. Sure, I like it. Once again, it may be a little wordy, but I like it. I like that we teach a very simple game. We pay off the simple game. I didn't see it coming, but when it came, oh boy, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Love it. Absolutely love it. 8 out of 10. Maybe 8.5 out of 10 if it was a little more word efficient. I live at home with my parents. I call my friends who I don't live with my homies. And the people actually at home, I've heard my people who pay rent for me. Like there's maybe some word, and we don't need a but. Look, if you're gonna do future competitions with me, don't ever punchline as a question will probably get a point off. Any sort of but will probably get a point off just because those are my comedy pet peeves. So it's like I live at home with my parents. I call my friends who I don't live with my homies. The people who are actually at home, I refer to them as the people who pay rent for me. Also, there's some missed parallelism in the second sentence that we can maybe keep stronger in my mind. When I go home, all my insecurities are still there. Oh, for the this, my parents got a home security system. When my parents got a home security system. When I go home, all my insecurities are still there. Yeah. I like that as another. I don't know if it's fully better than the thing the writer presented, but it's definitely an equal another route. If home is where the heart is, then why do those heartless bastards make me pay rent? Oh, that also might be a way that we can incept the idea of heartlessness for this Odyssey. Okay. I know this has the word corn set in it, so oh boy. Let's see. I've been dating recently. Dating's really hard. I really don't enjoy bringing people over to my house. First person I brought back said, "Oh my God, your house reminds me of a corn set." I said, "Why?" They said, "'Cause of the smell." Thank God. For a second, I thought they'd seen all the cameras. Okay. Unfortunately, we did another one of William's pet peeves, which is like, they said this, I said this, they said this, I said this, they said this. It's one of those things where it's like, it feels like it's a sketch or improv scene that we tried to translate into stand-up. First person I brought back, your house reminds me of a corn set. Why? Oh, because of the smell. Oh, thank God. For a second, I thought they saw the cameras. Right? We can do this without the this. They said this said they said this said they said this said. So I think it would be an 8.5 out of 10. But because of the back and forth, I think that sort of like knocks a point off. It is one of my pet peeves. Unfortunately, I've been dating. I've been dating recently. Dating is really hard. I don't even know if we need this. I really don't enjoy bringing people over to my house. The first person I brought back, yeah, we don't even need these first 8-9 words. I think I'm gonna get a 7.5 out of 10 for the slight wordiness and because of the I said they said. If home is where the okay, we got that great. Okay. I live at home with my parents still. I'll bring a girl back to my room like, all right, you want the top or the bottom bunk? Yeah, look. This is a great joke, but it depends on personality, and unfortunately, we have to rely on my personality. What I mean by that is, I'm sure the writer of this joke had a very specific, uniquely them branded way of saying this, and I am confident it would elevate the joke. Yeah, all right, you want top or bottom bunk? But because I don't know that, it is hard to rate this in just words. So for potential, I could give like an 8.5 out of 9, but because of the reality given from the words, that I don't know if it's me elevating it or me sinking it, I think I got to go sort of like middle of the pack 7.5. Because it's also like, it could be construed as like, without any personality, I live at home with my parents, I'll bring a girl back to my room, like, do you want the top or bottom bunk? The audience, okay. Right? Like, it won't necessarily hold on its own without personality. With personality, hey, you've set yourself up, but okay. Millennials will rent forever. We lived through a housing crisis while binge watching a show called House that had nothing to do with real estate. Of course, we're not buying homes. We thought house meant doctor, and none of us even has health insurance. Oh, okay. There's a few twists and turns on here. The one thing that my audience brain is like, while binge watching a show called House. That's the only major sticking point of the joke that my brain's like, did we all binge watch House? Like, wasn't it on regular TV, so we couldn't binge watch at that point? So it leaves a micro tension in my mind. Otherwise, I love we watched a show called House that had nothing to do with real estate. We thought house meant doctor. Also, like, that's a little bit of a stretch, but I enjoy all the twists. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed the multiple twists, but there are some moments where I'm like, yeah, you just do it. So it is pulling out honesty dollars. But, yeah, worth it. I think worth it. Chat, I think worth it. Yeah, am I going crazy? I live in Charleston, and my house was built by African American slaves. The renovations from my Asian interior designer. Oh, okay. I live in Charleston, and my house was built by African American slaves. The renovations from my Asian interior designer were all done by Mexicans. So when I wanted that exterior white paint washed, I know who to call. So my one thing with, like, when I wanted the exterior white paint washed, I know who to call. Is it white people? So far, the race has changed at every subsequent part of the journey. So my one thing in my mind is like, I don't necessarily know who you're gonna call, unless you're saying, right? It is like, I like the game that we've set up of the race keeps changing and we have this sort of melting pot house. I like that, but the big, like, I know who to call. I don't know who to call. So when I wanted the exterior white paint washed, I knew who to call. Unless you're saying, like, unless it's going back to Mexicans, but I'm not sure because there's multiple things at play. If we could make it a little bit more clear, I'd rank it higher because I like the game that we've taught. But I think in my audience brain, yeah, I know who to call. Exactly, Ghostbusters. Yeah. We could even do like an out of left field, 100%. 1 second, let me make sure I got the right. Oh no, my sound effects aren't working. I would give you a big 100%. We could go multiple chats are loving the loving the potential Ghostbusters as like a way that we could pay it off in yet another way. 100%. Yeah. My house is so run down. When I took a cab home, the driver asked, "Which one?" I said, "The one that looks like it's about to fall down." And he knew which one I meant. It's so run down, I don't have to decorate for Halloween. It's so run down, when the kids throw eggs, it adds structural integrity. Okay, I mean, as a classic, like how run down is it? I like it, but the first one is the most wordy and sort of makes me less excited for the other ones. It makes me feel like they're all be mini mini stories. When I took a cab home, the driver asked which one. I said the one that looks like it's about to fall down. He knew which one. I'm sure we could say the one that looks like more poetic language here rather than looks like it's about to fall down, which is sort of like lateral known information. Almost, it looks like it's about to fall down. Might be less heightened than just rundown. So, I like that it's a classic. So run down, so run down, so run down. But usually it's structural. It's like it's a long one, a short one, and a long one. So also in the relative this that that, there's no clear pattern there. So I think I'm gonna give it a 6.5 for that. Yeah. My house is so run down. I don't decorate for Halloween. So run down that the kids throw eggs. It adds structural integrity. So run down when the cab driver took me home and he said, which house is here? I said, the most dilapidated monster you've ever seen. The one that makes you think it definitely is a trap house. The one that you would never let your kids walk into. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, okay, I got you. Like if we had done the order differently and it went shorter, longer, then the first one or that one is extra long builds because we are sort of used to the structure of long, super longer. But I think it's part of it is the ordering that takes off percentage points. Okay. Got really stressed out by home invasion movies. My place is never tidy. Oh, my place is never so tidy that I wouldn't be embarrassed to receive unexpected company. I'm sort of like, oh, okay. It maybe if it had like an act out afterwards with regards to like my place is never so tidy. It's like, why don't you just say my place is always so messy? How messy is it? Blah 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 blah. I never so tidy. I wouldn't be embarrassed to receive unexpected company. There's a lot of like negatives here. So why don't you just say that like my place is so dirty, I would be embarrassed to receive for sudden company. Right? My brain is like, wouldn't this, never that. Yeah, I think what the user journey is from my brain because of the multiple negatives. I like the structure. I like the structure and I like the twist. But I think we need to be more positive. Like not positive as an optimistic, but positive as in like literal not making me think of something. But actually, it's the negative of that thing because it takes more resources of the audience's mind. Okay. My sandwiches are pretty good. I'd say secret to a good sandwich is making it from home. Homemade sandwich. All right. This is another joke that look. I don't hate it. All right. I think it can succeed in a big way, but it depends on personality. It's like if I'm really gonna try to ramp it up, my sandwiches are pretty good. I'd say, you don't know. Secret to a good sandwich: making it from home. Homemade sandwich. All right. Take my door, fold it, eat the door. A homemade sandwich. All right. But since I don't know how your personality wants to say it, and it rests solely on personality, not on words, unfortunately, because of the nature of the challenge, it kind of gets penalized. Through no fault of your own. Maybe I should start taking submissions to these more personality jokes, which, this could, depending on the personality of the comic, this could just easily be a 9 out of 10. 100% it could be. But, I got to take it for what it is via the words. And my best delivery. So my apologies. Okay. Always thought of home as being a feeling or experience rather than a place. We don't need or. We just say as being a feeling. We don't need the or. The or just adds extra. Okay. I always thought of home as being a feeling rather than a place. Like the days of being able to run around naked without a care, sip on a Capri Sun, and listen to my dad yell, You gotta stop doing this at the library. You're 33. We can't keep moving. Okay, I don't hate it. Like the days. Okay, home is being a feeling, like the days of being able to run around. Okay, I like, because like here's what I like about this joke. When the writer says like the days of being able to run around, we assume younger days. We assume like the days of yore. But like the days could have been a month ago. It could have been last week. So the end gives more specific context, but it doesn't negate the way the joke was set up as like the days. You guys not doing it. You're 33. We can't keep moving. Right. You know what? I think solid 8 out of 10. I really do. Because it sets it up, it misdirects it, but in paying off the misdirect, it doesn't negate any of the things that it set up. Getting rid of being able to, not necessary. Okay, yeah. I think it would be slightly higher because we don't need or experience. We don't need that. A feeling rather than a place. And like the days of running. Oh yeah, because actually, Valley, true. You weren't. I mean, like you were physically able to, but metaphorically, you weren't allowed to because your dad stopped you and the library stopped you. And it seems like multiple people stopped you. So I do think that being able to, we might have negated that part. Ooh, did chat just snipe a percentage of a point? If I have to take it for where it is, I can't unsee it now. I do agree with chat that like the days of running around naked. Yeah, like the days of running around naked. Yeah. I think this might be the way of running around naked without a care. Because you could be without a care, but the people around you aren't without a care. And yeah, audience would still make the association. Yep. oh, yeah, it's a good point. I think only 8 out of 10s and higher will make the final vote, so you might have just clipped somebody's wing, Valley, although I 100% agree with you. After watching a Buddhist meditate until climax, home really is where you make it. So like, okay, but is like home... like I get it. I get it, and if this is your brand, it might. Okay, so as soon as we're talking about meditate until climax, we're already going for like shock value, and we're kind of in edgelord territory, which unfortunately isn't the brand of the stream. But for the right show, hey, absolutely love it. But then the thing is, like, home really is where you make it. I understand, like, this person is so comfortable wherever that they meditate until climax, but like, I don't know if it's going to viscerally super land because not many people have that much relation with the Buddhist meditating until climax. It is sort of like surprise, so you might lose the reliableness of narrator that you need for the home is really where you make it, because you just are like climax, and you mentioned climax out of nowhere. So if for the right show, like the midnight show, yeah, I could give this a 9 out of 10. But for like specifically the brand of this stream, and with the, I feel like the slight confusing narrator who we are, based on like climax, home really is where you make it. They sort of belie its point. I'm gonna 7 out of 10 it. But I do want to say in certain circumstances it could perform very strong. Okay. Every time I go home, I open the door and say, wow, this is a great place to unalive myself. Okay. Look. This is look. Similar. If you're the midnight blah blah show, but it bleeds honesty dollars. It's edgelord. It makes the audience potentially worry for us. For an open mic, yeah, maybe a 9 out of 10. But for like an average show, like I would steer away from this comedy. Don't get me wrong. There's places where it can succeed, but like there's too much. There's already infinite about this. This is like, hey, the world's already full of dumpsters. You want to make a new dumpster? Like, we don't need a dumpster. We need gold. Did he go home? Oh, as far as like for the meditating, home really is where you make it. I mean, he did go home. Yeah, there might be more in the follow through of that joke. 100%, Wisdom. I agree. Yeah. Also, let me close this so I don't keep accidentally opening it. Yep. Okay. Do. For homeschoolers, every weekend is homecoming weekend. Sure, but then like I don't have many associations with homecoming, so like is it that we're gonna have a fancy party and hope we get lucky? is it that you got to ease into the unaliving easier? 100%. Yeah. Well, look, if that is the comedian's brand and they have this sort of like darker, edgier brand, I could see this not hitting as hard. But because it is me and we've been doing other jokes that are kind of our stream coded before it, it does feel like, so I do feel under various circumstances this could work a lot better. But yeah, it would really depend on the total brand of the comic, the context of the show that they're in, and if they can make it seem. Ew, which family member are you taking to the dance? Yeah, I just don't know the stakes of Homecoming, and as an adult, I haven't had to think about Homecoming for a while. So if this was for like a college event where you are emceeing a show the day before Homecoming, I think this could absolutely kill. If it's just this context, I think it loses some of its power. Homecoming is usually the dance that's around like the first like sports game that is played on home field, I believe. Me too, Big Dum Dum. Okay. I work from home, but I'm always 30 minutes late to work. It's a rough commute from the bed to the desk. I like the idea of this. I really like the idea of this. I think it's a rough commute from the bed to the desk. Maybe could be more poetic. I work from home, but I'm always 30 minutes late. I don't think we need to work. I work from home, but I work from home. And I don't even know if we need but. Remember, I never like but. I work from home. I'm still 30 minutes late to work. Woof. Oof, rough commute over the dirty pile of clothes, ignoring my cat, getting the third Red Bull from the fridge. I feel like if we painted the picture of how it is a rough commute, instead of just saying it's a rough commute, this could be like a 9 out of 10. But I feel like since you don't give us the information to make that value judgment, I feel like it's a 7 out of 10, really good idea, a lot of potential, but I don't get to be as much of a co-writer as I could be. Too many people in bed, like people on the train. Oh, yeah, there's definitely things like that we could do. There's other ways that we could make our home and the commute from the bed to the office like the actual commute for other people. I like that as far as a way we can take the joke. 100%. Yeah. Yes. They say home is where the heart is, but they never say Grandpa had a home attack. Home is where weird dude with one eye selling me 3 bananas for $1. Yeah, if we got specific, and then that might make the audience wonder, like, who is, and that's my grandpa. Like, we might have to answer that question, but we could get really creative with who in the commute and who is in our home. Say home is where the heart is. They never say Grandpa had a home attack. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, it's cute, it's silly. If we are like cute and silly and our brand of a comedian has a lot of things where the audience is used to us, I like it. Unfortunately, by itself, as a one-off, I think I got a 7 out of 10 in. Not bad. I like it. It's cute. Grandpa had a home attack, and then maybe if we did like more things like we did the other, we're using heart instead of home. It's because he was under heart arrest. You know, there's like other ways we could have done both ways. I'm late because I haven't taught my dog how to move the mouse. Wait. What do you mean because I'm late because I haven't taught my dog how to move the mouse? I haven't taught my dog how to... Oh, I see. In that joke, JLS, you're saying basically your dog is mouse wiggling for you so that you seem online. I like that idea, but I don't know if I necessarily immediately got it from... I mean, if you said, like, I taught my dog how to move the mouse, I still might be a little bit confused unless I was, like, an office worker who currently that day got reprimanded for not doing enough activities on my computer. I think the audience might just need a little bit more specific language. And then I love that idea. Ain't no place like home, even for my cats, who still act as if they're encountering for the very first time me having them for... Wait. Okay. Oh, okay. Grant, okay. Ain't no place like home, even for my cats, who still as if... Okay. Ain't no place like home, even for my cats, who still act as if they're encountering, for the very first time, despite me having them for 1.5 years and feeding them every day, some people are... What are they encountering? Who still act as if they are encountering, for the very first time, what are they encountering? Who still, if they're encountering me? They're still encountering your home? What? Okay, I'm gonna try to give this the best delivery I can. Ain't no place like home, even for my cats, who's still encountering the home. I think it's a mistype. Oh, okay. Ain't no place like home, even for my cats, who still act as if they are encountering the home for the very first time, despite me having them for 1.5 years, feeding them every day. Some people are scared of the monster under the bed or in their closet. My cats, the toilet flushing every damn time. If for cat owners it might hit hard, there's some like minor grammar foibles. I like the idea of them. It's like, is it the home that they aren't used to encountering, or is it specifically the toilet? And we made it the home because the joke is about home. So it's like, I don't know. This joke confused me a little bit with the wording and the specific payoff to what we set up in the beginning. No place like home, even for my cats. Because like we're saying, like there's no place like home, even for my cats. But then you say like, but it isn't. It isn't like home for them. They don't treat home like a home. They treat home like an alien world. So it sort of negated our setup in the final end. I like the truth of like, hey, they go crazy over the toilet flushing. Ideally, it's hard to do in this competition, but ideally we'd have an act out or something. But yeah, ideologically I'm a little like wow with regards to this. Okay, I came from a broken home. I blame my mom. She was always screwing the Kool-Aid guy. Oh, okay. The joke being that like she was dating the Kool-Aid guy. He walked in through the house and was like, oh yeah, I like it, but I don't know how topical the Kool-Aid guy is these days. Do they still use the Kool-Aid guy? I don't know if the audience would be like or they'd be like hell yeah. I like the idea of it, but I don't know how viscerally it'll hit. Would include others: toilet, doorbell, blender. Oh yeah, they get scared every time of everything. Toilet flush, scared. Blender running, scared. Doorbell ring, scared. This thing that maybe doesn't fit the list, scared. Yeah, we could build on that 100%. Dane Cook had a really good Kool-Aid Man joke. Yeah, but was it in like 2011? Yeah. As far as Kool-Aid Man being topical, 100%. Okay. Oh, and I think we've made it. Okay. Let me keep going. Forget naming a building after myself. That's my legacy. Forget naming a build. Okay, wait. Let me delete all these duplicates. This is what I used as a formatter. Apologies. Okay. Forget naming a building after myself. That's my legacy. That your name is a legacy, or that you should be the only one to name a building after yourself. Me confused. Okay, this is a duplicate. I had a list of what I didn't want. This is back to, okay, this is things that are, okay, I think I have done them all. Okay, I think I've done all the ones. Let me duplicate file, make a copy, entire presentation. We're going to go through and we're going to get all of the 8 out of 10s, and then we will vote. Kool-Aid is topical gun if anyone watched The Studio. I mean, okay, maybe this is just a bias of the stream. Okay, let's go down and see who are 7.5. I'll leave the, okay, let's see if I leave the 7.5 time. Okay, 9 out of 10 written, but 7 out of 10 performed. 8, okay, great. 7, we're leaving this. Okay, okay. There are enough 8s that I can take out the 7.5s, unfortunately. Sorry, 7.5ers. Boop. Let's go. We're about to vote 8. Okay, doing 8. 8. Okay, good. We had some really strong ones. We had a lot of really strong ones. Let's go down. Here we go. We're going to get to the finals. Okay, great. Okay, we have made it. So, the finalists are: my friends in the suburbs are getting sleep divorce when a couple sleeps in separate rooms. We tried this in our studio apartment, and now my husband's sleeping with the neighbors. Our walls are so thin, he's still keeping me up at night. Okay, that's 1. 2, my roommates have a lot in common with my mom and dad, because they're the same people. Yeah. Okay, also there's an 8.5, so on score alone, it is the winner. Recently updated my bucket list. I changed own a home to live indoors. Oh, this one I think had some honesty dollar issues, but it's short enough. Growing up in a biracial home is great because I got to live both cultures. Obviously, one of my sides is comfortable saying the N-word. The other side of my family is black. Oh, hey. Live at home with my parents is weird. Call my friends who I don't live with homies. But the people that are actually at my house, I've heard of them as the people who pay rent for me. and then millennials will rent forever. We lived through a housing crisis while we binge watch a show called House that had nothing to do with real estate. Of course we're not buying homes. We thought house meant doctor, and none of us even has health insurance. Okay, chat, help me vote. Which ones do we think? Do we want walls so thin, sleep divorce? Do we want mom and dad lot in common? This is technically the point winner right now. Recently changed the indoors. I like 2. It's short and sweet. I do think 2. It has the highest score. So if there's no other votes, and Snuggle Kittens right now, you get to be the kingmaker if you're the only one that weighs in. I do think 2. I like 4 as well. Growing up in a biracial home is great because I got to live in both cultures. Obviously, one side of my family is comfortable saying the N-word, and the other side is black. Oh, yeah. So these, okay, seems like these are the front runners. This may be a little wordy, and then this one maybe has some logical constraints, although it builds multiple worlds. So we're between 2 and 4. Chat, seems like round 1 puts us between these 2 jokes. This one is from Jay Cousins, who was one of our top finalists in the last joke competition. So hell yeah. And then the roommates, same people, was I like to mood it. If you guys would like to see more of their comedy styles. Those are the 2 winners. We're going to split it 50-50 because, once again, I also like both jokes, and I'm not going to force y'all to do my dirty work for me, chat. So great. I'm going to give it up. So many great submissions. And I like that. Look, our suggestion was just home. Just home. And see how many different styles of jokes, which they were kind of skewed towards the short because of what the joke was. But we had so many cool, like long ones that were purely Mr. X, ones that got honesty dollars, ones that did lists, one did the classic rule of threes, all sorts of different wordplay, ones that made fun of the stream itself. So many different ways you can attack anything you want. And some that are very personality based, which unfortunately don't represent well when they have to be delivered through my personality. So, bravo. So proud of y'all. The next joke competition. Joke was so good, I want to use it. Okay, well, yeah. Oh, don't, they have a timestamp of them sort of having that joke, so watch out. But, hey, no one sees you. Who's there to call you out? But I will. Great, everyone. We are going to move on to working with Dana, but the next joke competition will be announced tomorrow. I'll present the winners, and I will have the next joke competition. For those on stream, I'm probably going to say what's the funniest way you can say I love you or similar. Or like just things with I love you, but I think the funniest way you can say I love you to someone will be the suggestion if you want to start wrapping your mind around it.